Usually when we think about our groundbreaking black comedians in our country, we think about Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, uh, Dick Gregory. A few of us might be familiar with Nipsey Russell. Um, but one person I think a lot of people have forgotten about, and that's Godfrey Cambridge, um, who I thought was very funny. Um, Granted, I never saw him live, obviously, um, but growing up, I used to see a lot of the movies that he appeared in. Like Cotton Comes to Harlem, um, Come Back Charleston Blue, and one of my favorite movies that I've ever seen, ever, is a movie called Watermelon Man. I think it came out in 1970, and I think I saw it on AMC some time back, years ago. I think I've seen it twice. And he played Godfrey Cambridge. Godfrey Cambridge played a character who was a white bigot. He had a wig on, skin white. I think he had blue contacts. He looked kind of ridiculous, but he was a white bigot. And one day he woke up and he had turned into a black man. And what was so funny about the movie was he convincingly played a black guy who, still in his mind, identified himself as a white male. And he still harbored racist views against blacks, even though he was himself black, which is kind of, what I'm saying, in today's world, you see more and more of that anyway, you know what I'm saying? But with actual people who were born genetically black, that looks down on the black people as if they're themselves not black. But eventually, throughout the movie, he started noticing how people who had once been his friends shunned him. And ultimately, he had to move out of his own neighborhood because his neighbors saw that just his presence alone was devaluing their property. And these people had been his friends. And he his relationship deteriorated and his wife left him, right, because he was a black man. Um, it's one of those movies that if you see it, man, you'll be like, wow, it makes you think, like, this is very creative. But, but I always thought that he was a great actor, great stand-up comedian. Unfortunately, unlike the other individuals I named, he was not blessed with a long life. He always had weight issues. He yo-yoed a lot in his dieting and his weight, which is even more harmful than just being a big guy. Like, when you keep going up and down, up and down, it's very harmful to a lot, your organs, particularly your heart. And in 1976, he was on a set of a movie. I think it was called Victory at Entebbe. And he was playing a part of Idi Amin, and he had put on, I think, a lot of weight. And he was on the set, and he was waiting for his cue, and he collapsed from a massive heart attack and died. He was only 43 years old, and that's probably one reason why he's forgotten. His career didn't last that long, all that long, but he had a very interesting life story, though. His parents immigrated from British Guiana. He was raised in Harlem, graduated from Hofstra College in 1955. He worked as an airline wing cleaner, a judo instructor, maternity hospital ambulance driver, a hot rod racer, and a cab driver while he was trying to break into his dream, his goal of being an actor. I also remember him being on an episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show back in the 60s. I think he played like I vaguely remember, I think he played something like a FBI agent or a CIA agent or something like that. But he was one of the first individuals that was black that actually played a black man of respect and not one of those traditional buffoonish black characters that permeated Hollywood back then, like one of those, yeah, balls, yeah, balls, and all that shit, But I had a lot of respect for, him and Bill Cosby. And I know a lot of people have certain issues with Sammy Davis Jr. Some people feel as though he was, trying to act white. And I could see some of the things people talk about him, but I think Sammy was, if you look before Sammy Davis Jr. in Hollywood, all of us were portrayed in a very negative light, particularly males. So he was one of the first, and he pissed off a lot of white people because he acted as, as if he was equal, as if that's a crime, which we are. But yeah, I just was on YouTube just now, and I was looking at little clips of the movie Watermelon Man, and I was like, well, a lot of people don't even know the hell Godfrey Cambridge is, man. So yeah, it's just, he was a funny guy, man, and I think he's not appreciated. All right.